The fact that I have been able to create what is now well-recognized public housing, we owe that to the first generation political leaders. They had thought of a very, our public housing policy actually, there are three important points. One is there's only one single policy. So that allowed me to mix people of different income groups, different ethnic groups and so on together. And two is that they introduce home ownership, and therefore people have a sense of ownership not only of their properties but also surrounding area, take better care of that. And the third is that in order to make sure we have enough land to house everybody, we go for high-density, high-rise housing. In those days, even until as late as the 70s, the Western experts condemned high-rise housing because their high-rise housing was full of crimes and other social problems. But we decided to go for high-rise housing to make sure we house everybody. But we studied their shortcomings, their mistakes, and then when we plan and design our housing, we remove those mistakes. And therefore, we have both high-rise and also, I would say, highly crime-free public housing. Well, I would say for centuries, CBD is an answer to basic human needs. People need to gather together, partly to socialize, partly if you're in business, you need to sit down and talk to each other, to exchange views, and therefore improve your work. Our commercial center is not just a CBD. When I was in HDB and later in URA, we already dispersed our commercial centers into regional center. That means below CBD, there are 4 other regional centers. And below the 4 regional centers, the next level down is town centers. There are about 26, 27 of them. Below that, there are hundreds of neighborhood centers. So we already have done this kind of dispersal. That means when you need something to do or to buy that you can buy in your neighborhood centers, town center, you don't come to CBD. That's why, given the high density of Singapore, why is it that our roads are not congested has a lot to do with this kind of planning. And actually in COVID-19, we're kind of almost well prepared for this. People who have no need to come to CBD, they can go to other centers.